Well, good afternoon, everybody. Hope you had a good week. It's Friday late afternoon, about 6 o'clock. My wife and kids are going to Wyoming this weekend for my niece and nephew's graduation. They're not coming back until Sunday night, and unfortunately I've got some things I need to do at church Saturday night, and then I need to be there for the services on Sunday, so I'm not going. But it did give me an opportunity to get out for a quick one-night camping trip and maybe do some shed hunting tomorrow without taking any time away from them. So excited to be here. I've got a new a little backpacking tent that I haven't used yet. I bought it last winter, and so give me a chance to try it out before we go on our backpacking trip this summer. So thanks for coming along. I hope you've had a great week, and hopefully we'll find some antlers this weekend and just some other neat stuff while we're out in God's creation. That wasn't too bad. I zigged when I should have zagged one time and put the ridge pole underneath the main frame instead of on top. It helps to read the instructions first, but got that fixed. Got the tent all set up. I'm gonna throw my bag, and I brought a little tent heater and stuff like that in. Then I'm gonna try and get out for, I probably have maybe 2.5 hours of daylight left, so we'll try and get out and see if we can pick up a few sheds before it gets dark. Well, here we go, guys. We're going to get out for a couple hours this afternoon before it gets dark. My sons and I got our draw results back this week for Utah's deer hunt. Both of my sons drew a rifle tag for the cash unit, which was their first choice, so I'm happy for them. I, however, did not draw anything. I put in 5 different options for general buck deer, a couple of rifle options, a couple of muzzleloader options, and I didn't draw a tag. So there are a couple of units that have leftover muzzleloader tags that go on sale in July. So I'll do my best to maybe try and snag one of those. There's one unit that's not too far from us. But if that doesn't happen, it looks like I'll just be filming during the deer season this year and not hunting, and which I always enjoy it when the boys get a deer more than when I get one anyway. But so would love to hear what you guys drew out. Did any of you have a limited entry tag or something real special you've been putting in for a while that you finally drew out on? If so, I wish you the best of luck. Hope you get a big buck or bull. Well, guys, it's super tiny. It's just a little spike, but we're on the board. I got up about 8 o'clock this morning and slept in. Had a real good night's sleep in the tent, especially for camping. And hit the mountains about 8:30, and been hiking now for probably 2 hours. It's the first shed I found, but we're on the board. Hopefully it's the first of many to come. So you can see it's, I mean, even for a spike, it's tiny. Look at that little thing. Just to compare it to my hand there, pretty small, but at least we found something. No shed or consequences. Guys, I've been hiking probably 2 or 3 more hours since I found that little spike. I haven't walked up on that yet. I'm 90% sure it's a shed, but I've gotten faked out by a couple of stick antlers today. I hope I'm not getting faked out on this one, but I'm pretty sure that's a shed. Let's walk up and see what we got. That's definitely a shed. Little 4-point, a chalker that's been up here for a long time. back out so you guys can see it. So it's not a great antler, but sure beats finding just that little spike for the whole day. I'm working my way back to the truck. I'm going to break down camp, and then I'm going to drive back towards home, and there's one spot I'm going to hit on my way home. So we'll pick this one up. Thank you, Lord, for helping us find that, and maybe we can pick up one or two more before we get back to the truck. Well, hey guys, we're going to do the Minute on the Mountain now. I've got camp all loaded up. I'm all packed up in the truck and ready to get home. I will probably stop on the way home and just shed hunt for a couple hours at one spot. But anyway, I thought I would do the Minute on the Mountain before we get going. And so we're going to continue on with the story of the parable of the prodigal son. We looked at that on the last video and discussed a couple points. And the thing I want to talk about today, I mean, certainly the prodigal son made a lot of foolish decisions. But the one thing that he did that was wise is he didn't let his pride get in the way when he realized he needed help. You know, after he had squandered all his money and he was living with the pigs, and he realized, gosh, my father's hired hands at least have food to eat. I'm going to go back and ask him to forgive me and ask him if I can come on as basically as a servant. But that could have really, he could have really easily just been too proud to do that, because he knew he was going to have to admit that he was wrong when he went back to his father. And so often, I think we find ourselves in positions where we know we've made a mistake, we know we've made a bad decision, and instead of just coming to the point where we admit it and we confess it and we humble ourselves, our pride won't let us do that. And so we continue to go in the wrong direction. We continue to make bad decisions that then compound themselves. So maybe today you find yourself in a place where you've made some bad decisions, you've alienated yourself from people you care about. I just would encourage you to not let your pride get in the way. To be able to recognize that, yeah, you've made some mistakes, but God is forgiving, God still loves you, and to humble yourself before God, to ask Him to forgive you so that He can restore that relationship with you. So that would be my encouragement for you today. I appreciate you guys coming along with me. Hopefully we'll find something on this last little bit of the trip, and have a good rest of your afternoon. Well guys, I'm at a different spot now, quite a bit higher in elevation than where I was before. Haven't found any sheds yet, but you can see a rub right there. And then over on that other tree, right there too. It's kind of cloudy, or excuse me, dark in here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Well, that one I know you can see, but if you look over on the other tree, I've seen some elk sign in here too in addition to these rubs. So maybe we'll get lucky and find an elk shed or two. Some moose right there. See if I get some better video here where I'm not shaking. I got my camera kind of pressed up against a tree, and she's still trying to win me. Scratching her head with her back hoof.